This is ANN News Brief.
The Kenyan Meteorological Department has warned of upcoming floods in the country as heavy rains begin on Tuesday. The department said heavy rains are expected in the capital, Nairobi, and also in western and eastern regions. The East African region had abnormally heavy rainfall in November and December that led to flooding. Dozens of persons were reported killed by mudslides on the weekend in western Kenya. Kenya is having to deal with a new threat, flash floods that left thousands displaced in parts of the country. In Uganda, President Yoweri Museveni told residents on Sunday to move away from Lake Victoria's shores as the levels of water had risen. The country has also reported heavy rains in the Democratic Republic of Congo. Thousands have been displaced and dozens killed in flooding in the eastern parts of the country. Experts warn that the ongoing rains could be abnormally heavy. Rwandans are complying to a new government directive for mandatory wearing of face masks in the public during the ongoing lockdown. The Health Ministry announced the order on Saturday, which took effect from Monday. Police are out in the capital, Kigali, implementing the directive, much of which were enlightenment for those with no face masks. The government has announced a list of local companies allowed to make face masks to make them available and affordable in Rwanda. The country has extended lockdown for another 2 weeks, under which Rwandans are only allowed out of their homes for medical care, buying food, seeking financial services, or to deliver those services. At least 147 cases have been recorded. Meanwhile, Rwanda's President Paul Kagame has warned that it could take a generation or more for Africa to recover from the shock of the COVID-19 pandemic. He told the UK Financial Times that the continent would need at least $100 billion in foreign support. Africa has confirmed more than 21,000 COVID-19 cases in 52 countries so far, and more than 1,100 persons have died. Last week, the World Health Organization warned the continent could become the next epicenter of the coronavirus outbreak. UN officials have also predicted the pandemic may likely kill at least 300,000 persons in Africa and push nearly 30 million into poverty. We'll be right back.
We are on the road every day, canvassing throughout Africa for news you really need. We follow the story everywhere, from every corner of Nigeria to the wide African expanse. We bring you what's making headlines. We connect you with news you can use. ANN, African News Network, in a truly African spirit.
Mauritanian government says it has recorded no new cases of coronavirus 2 days after the last patient tested negative. In the last 2 days, the West African country has been conducting tests, but none had turned out positive. 7 COVID-19 confirmed cases had been reported. 6 patients recovered and 1 died. All the 6 recovered patients have been told to remain in isolation for 14 days to rule out any chances of infection. On Saturday, the Ministry of Health praised God for what it termed as the absence of the virus in the country. Mauritania confirmed its first case of coronavirus on March the 13th. A week later, the country imposed a night curfew and banned international flights. That is ANN News Brief at 1. For details on these and other breaking stories, visit our website, annafrica.news. Conversation continues on our social media platforms, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at ANN Africa TV. I'm Lucy Ademi.